Hey guys, Todd Gordon of Inside Edge Capital. Look, we're tracking a new company. I just wrote about it on CNBC Pro. It's called Bloom Energy. It just broke through 8 years of resistance, just broke through based on earnings. Company is Bloom Energy, ticker BE. Let's take a look at it quickly here, and we'll get you up to speed. So here's the monthly chart. We set a high back in 2018 at about 38. Came back up here in 2021 at about 42, 43. And then just over the last 2 weeks, we broke through resistance right about here, August 14th, setting up the break of significant resistance was earnings report right here. So I'll tell you what the company does, get you caught up here. But first, look at this. Look at this swing in profitability in terms of year-over-year EPS growth. So 2020, they lost 67 cents. 21, they lost 55 cents. 22, they lost 41, lost 10. Last year, they swung into profitability, 28 cents. And keep in mind, this is GAAP earnings. This is not non-GAAP. This is GAAP earnings. This year, they're expected to lose a little bit of money, but then slingshot back into growth trajectory in 2026 with 53 cents. And you can see, very consistent 10 to 20% top line growth here, which certainly could be revised higher. Okay, so what does this company do? Basically, Bloom is kind of talked about as like the picks and shovels play for AI build out. It's not the chips, it's not GPUs, it's the energy infrastructure that powers it. So before the AI boom, this company's focus was clean distributed power solutions for businesses that needed reliable and low emission power. Today, what they do is they do on-site generation boxes. They call them Bloom boxes that delivers like always on electricity, low carbon emissions, and they can operate off the grid. Here's the kicker. They run on hydrogen. They can run on hydrogen with an adjustment with zero emissions. So their customers are hospitals, factories, utilities, and then no surprise, data centers. So in fact, Bloom, speaking of data centers, just signed a deal with Oracle. That just came out in July. So these data centers, as we know, they're power hogs. My wife is calling me, I'd hurry up. They, to run and train these AI models takes a ton of power and electricity. They do these things called solid oxide fuel cells that sit right next to the data center and pump out clean and reliable power 24/7. And again, it's off the grid. So it's not a GPU play. It's the picks and shovels play, which they say that's how you kind of get rich. And of course, this is helping power the AI boom and overcome the bottleneck that's happening here. So back into the daily chart. Again, here's the highlighted monthly zone right around the 38 to 40 area. You can see that we traded above it, sold off here the last couple days, and then this is today's price action. I know it's a small candle here. Let me just get rid of thin bars. Here we go. The response today was really good because the market was overall down. We opened lower and then closed in the top end of the range. Or just take a look at like the NASDAQ, for example. You're going to see a little bit more of a miserable close. So company's got a lot of relative strength here. If we look at the rank here, on the 1 month, the group electrical equipment within the industrials is ranked 51 out of 73rd, so not strong. But it's kind of pulled back here over the last month as we've seen sort of a rotation into growth trade. But the industry rank over the last 3 months is 8 out of 73 industries. And if we just pull this down, here it is right here. It's just behind semiconductors, media, construction, engineering. That's going to be another industrial, passenger airlines, and then there's another one, electronic equipment and instruments. So the industrials and the electronic equipment, certainly powering the AI play, has been very strong. So a couple other data points that we'll get into this in the future. I've been using, I'll flip back to NVIDIA, a little bug in the system. It's a new software that I'm using, but it's really pretty awesome. So we just kind of look at some of the stuff that's going on here. Guided EPS growth for the next 2 years, 1,150%. Absolutely insane. We already went over this. EPS growth reported last quarter is 266%. And again, this is going to be GAAP earnings, not non-GAAP. 96 rating here on Deep View in terms of EPS, which is pretty good. So pretty good combination of the technicals and the fundamentals. And, you know, and looking back at the volume here, just huge volume on this earnings report right here, which I can flip over and show you. That was going to be July 24th, actually 31st. So, you know, here we go. Reported 10 cents when the estimate was a loss of 7 cents. 233% surprise. And then top line sales, estimate of 375, reporting 401. So good growth and surprise. You can see the volume that came in was huge. 38 million shares on that day, drifted up through that monthly resistance. And now we're coming back. Also saw a pretty good volume day at about 18-ish million shares on August 13th. And then I'm looking at today, again, in a negative tape, coming back at you on the bid with 13.8 million shares traded above the 50-day average. So looking pretty good. And also, Deep View again shows you GAAP earnings. So again, they're looking to go up to 53 cents for next year, but on a non-GAAP basis, right? They just swung into profitability. On a non-GAAP basis, they were already profitable in 2024, and it's not shown here, but I'm just reading you notes here. So 28 cents was earned non-GAAP in 2024 compared to losses in 23 and 22. Okay, so we are adding the stock likely tomorrow. I didn't pull the trigger today. I just wanted to see how the market holds. I think it's actually been pretty solid. There was news also yesterday. The stock was down a bit after there was news that Vanguard trimmed like 0.3% of their position. They still hold about 19 million shares. It's also worth noting that their short interest is around 9%, and it's about 3 days to cover. Okay. So we're going to be looking at that. If it holds that 38 to 40 zone, I'm going to be looking to take our position from about 3% up to about 5%. So hopefully that helps. Just want to share with you some of the more active trading we're doing in Active Opps, which is one of the models that we manage at Inside Edge. And we'll be doing a lot more of these video updates. So let me know what you think about the trade, the industrial sector, electrical components, and the power and picks and shovel play that is driving the AI boom. All right, I'm going to go play with the kids. See you guys. Take care.